this whole situation is not like Morena whatsoever.
Friends and family of a woman found dead in the Las Vegas desert are hoping for answers tonight after authorities arrested a professional basketball player and his girlfriend. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to West Coast Wrap. I'm Alex Savage. Tonight, that NBA G League player and his girlfriend are in custody, both facing charges of murder and kidnapping. 27-year-old Chance Comanche plays for the Stockton Kings. That's an affiliate of the Sacramento Kings. He was arrested Friday in Sacramento by FBI agents. 19-year-old Sakari Harnden was arrested last week in Las Vegas. They are both facing charges for the killing of 23-year-old Morena Rogers in Las Vegas earlier this month. Authorities have not said what the motive may have been for the crime. Tonight, Fox 5's Shauna Kalafi has the latest on this case.
I'm not leaving until we find Morena. I'm not good. There's no other option. The only option is to bring her home. I'm not going home until I got Morena.
Friends of missing 23-year-old Morena Rogers, desperate to find her, now learning Morena won't be coming home. Metro Police say her body was found in a desert area in Henderson, and 2 people were arrested for her murder. Fox 5 spoke to Morena's friends days before those arrests, when she was still missing.
I believe that she was taken against her will. I'm not sure if it was a male or female that took her. I'm not sure, but I know this whole situation is not like Morena whatsoever.
Morena and friends came to Las Vegas from Washington State on December 1st.
The whole reason of coming to Las Vegas was just to have a vacation, get away from things back home.
Garrett Comer says he dropped Morena off with a friend around 1 a.m. on December 6th. He says her last pinged location was on the southwest edge of the Las Vegas Valley 2 hours later, and she was never heard from again.
The friend that I dropped her off with is someone that we've known for actually a good amount of time, about 6-7 years of our life. I mean, I should have been there with her. I mean, I shouldn't have let my friend.
Police say that friend, 19-year-old Sakari Harnden, was arrested along with her boyfriend, 27-year-old Chance Comanche, a G League basketball player who was released by the Stockton Kings following his arrest. Comanche played with the team at the Dollar Loan Center in Henderson on December 5th, the night before Morena's disappearance. Both suspects are expected to be charged with open murder in connection to Morena's death. Shauna Kalafi, Fox 5 News, local Las Vegas.
And tonight, Comanche is being held in the Sacramento County Jail without bail. He is due to appear in a Sacramento courtroom tomorrow, and he's expected to be extradited to Las Vegas. Now we turn to our weather, and we are seeing significant rain all across the west tonight. This is what things look like in San Francisco this afternoon, with some flooding on city streets. KTVU meteorologist Roberta Gonzalez is here now with a look at the conditions. And Roberta, the wet weather will continue throughout this week.
Alex, didn't you love that video of the beneficial rainfall here in the state of California? Yeah. Right, it's good. We got lots to talk about, so we're going to get right to the forecast. What does Seattle, San Francisco, and Los Angeles all have in common? We all have rain at this hour. Take a look at the precipitation from the Pacific Northwest all the way into Medford, Eureka, the Bay Area, and now a smattering of precipitation also in the Los Angeles area. Now, as we go ahead and take a look at the progression of this area of low pressure, we see that the rain showers at Tuesday at 8 a.m. will inundate, again, the northwestern quadrant of the state of California into the San Francisco area, even sweeping into the Central Valley, encompassing Southern California as well. Now look at that core, the center of the area of low pressure, immediately off the coast of California. That is going to continue to bring precipitation all the way through Wednesday, then again through Wednesday night, and the first day of winter arrives on Thursday. And with it, we will see rain showers departing Northern California, but saturating Southern California. We're going to talk more about this rain event, how long it's going to last, how much to expect. And that's still coming up, Alex, a little bit later in this newscast.
All right, we will see you in just a bit. Roberta, thank you. That wet weather is causing some headaches for holiday travelers. Let's give you a live look tonight at San Francisco International Airport, where there have been nearly 400 flight delays today. KTVU's Tom Vakar has more on the holiday travel challenges, both in the air as well as on the roads.
For its mistakes, misdeeds, malfunctions, and meltdown during Christmas travel last season, Southwest will pay the biggest airline fine ever, $140 million. That 10-day weather and computer debacle stranded more than 2 million passengers, almost the combined total populations of San Francisco, San Jose, and Oakland.
It seems fair, and at the same time, I think Southwest Airlines has changed.
The important thing is what you do afterwards, and it seems like they're moving taking the right steps to correct whatever ills they had.
So far this season, Southwest and the other airlines have been far better prepared.
On both legs, it was very timely, very courteous, and very professional.
I flew in from Portland, Oregon, and my service was fantastic on Southwest Airlines.
What the airlines cannot control is the weather, and that's already making plenty of trouble, mostly back east, and could impact travel later this week here.
It displaces multiple things: airplanes, pilots, flight attendants. All three of these categories are in different places and not where they're supposed to be.
By noon today at San Francisco Airport, there were relatively few delays and even fewer cancellations. But nationwide, 3,000 delays, 500 cancellations, and any of those could affect San Francisco Airport later on.
It can take several days to put it all back together, and that can have a ripple effect. So even after the system's gone through, it's reasonable to expect there might be some residual impact on the flights.
That could significantly impact air travel later this week. On road trips, getting on mountain passes such as the Sierra can be long delayed by snow and ice. North or south trips over the I-5's Grapevine or the Tehachapi Pass, to name a few, bears the same risk. However, longer and lower alternatives such as Highway 101 provide more reliable passage.
Travel demand has been off the charts all of 2023, and this holiday season is no different.
AAA forecasts the least traffic on the 24th and the 25th, as well as the 31st of December and New Year's Day. Tom Bakar, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
In Arizona, police tonight are investigating a house fire that killed 5 children who were home alone while their father was out Christmas shopping. It happened around 5 o'clock on Saturday night in Bullhead City near the Arizona-Nevada state line. The victims here were 13, 11, 5, 4, and 2 years old. Investigators say that fire started downstairs in the duplex with smoke traveling upstairs. All the kids were found in the same upstairs bedroom.
I was at work when it happened, but I arrived shortly after, and I could just hear the father sobbing in the street, and it was just heart-wrenching to hear that.
Police say 4 of the victims were siblings who lived at the duplex, while the 5th was there visiting a relative. Authorities have arrested 2 people for a road rage shooting in Southern California that killed a 4-year-old boy. This happened Friday night in Lancaster. The boy, identified as Gore Adamian, was in the car with his family when someone in another car opened fire on them. Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards has more tonight on how those 2 suspects were tracked down.
Moments after gunshots rang out along Sierra Highway Friday night, people in nearby businesses rushed out to help. Just before 7:30 p.m., sheriff's officials say a mother and father were driving in Lancaster with their 4-year-old son in the back seat when another driver cut them off and then started chasing them. When the family slowed down on Sierra Highway near East Avenue J, the other driver pulled up alongside their car and started shooting, hitting and killing the 4-year-old boy.
There is absolutely no excuse for this. It is just domestic terrorism at its worst.
Lancaster Mayor R.X. Paris says the city's new high-tech crime-fighting system quickly led authorities to the driver and shooter.
There was a dash cam that picked up part of the plate, and once we had part of the plate, we could track it, and we tracked it to a hotel.
A man and a woman in their 20s were both arrested.
I wish they had shot them at the apprehension. Let's be clear about that. You cannot go into cities and shoot 4-year-old children and expect anything resembling due process. And the fact that they got it was unfortunate. I'm not a big proponent of the death penalty, but there are some crimes that require something more than what they're giving people, because it's getting worse.
Paris says crimes like these will not be tolerated.
We're going to make Lancaster a place where you are absolutely out of your mind to come here and commit a crime, because we will catch you. We're putting the technology together to do that. And I recognize, and it grieves me, that is going to result in a loss of privacy that people should have a right to expect. I think they would rather give up their privacy than their lives, certainly the lives of their children.
And that was Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards reporting tonight. A Southern California man pleaded not guilty today to tagging a Burbank synagogue with anti-Semitic graffiti. Clinton Dion is also accused of vandalizing other businesses in Burbank and Glendale. Prosecutors charged him with a dozen felony counts, including 2 counts of vandalism of religious property and a hate crime allegation. Dion is being held on a $65,000 bond, and he's due back in court on January 3rd. In Washington, a jury today ordered Monsanto to pay $857 million to former students and parent volunteers at a Seattle area school. The jury found the company liable for selling polychlorinated biphenyls, or PCBs. The chemicals leaked from light fixtures at the Sky Valley Education Center in Monroe, Washington, making the plaintiff sick. Monsanto said in a statement the award was, quote, constitutionally excessive, and said the company is looking to have that verdict overturned or reduced. Southwest Airlines has been hit with a $140 million fine over last year's meltdown that disrupted travel for more than 2 million people over the holidays. Of that total amount, Southwest will pay $35 million to the federal government, and the rest will go toward compensating future passengers affected by delays or cancellations. Last winter, Southwest canceled nearly 17,000 flights when winter storms paralyzed its operations in Denver and Chicago. Those problems snowballed when a crew rescheduling system just couldn't keep up with the chaos. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg says this is the largest penalty ever levied against an airline for violating consumer protection laws.
We really need to send a message to the entire airline industry that you have to take care of passengers, do the right thing, run your operations well, or there will be a consequence and our department will hold you accountable.
And as part of this settlement, Southwest will have to pay $75 vouchers over the next 3 years to any passengers who are stranded or have a delay of more than 3 hours or a cancellation for which Southwest is responsible. Up next on West Coast Wrap tonight, a San Francisco business owner hit by thieves 3 times in a week. Coming up, the expensive item they took off with. Also, a Utah parenting influencer appears in court today. Coming up tonight, how she's responding to charges she abused her own children. A San Francisco business owner says he's fed up after his 2 businesses and his car were burglarized all in 1 week. In 7 days, Ken Lowe had his car and his 2 restaurants broken into. Security cameras caught the thieves breaking into his shed near Ace Wasabi, which is his sushi restaurant. They helped themselves to $5,000 worth of meat, including Wagyu beef, which is one of the most expensive meats in the world.
We had crab meat, we had lobster meat, we had Wagyu beef, we had pork ribs. So they cleared out a couple freezers.
The thieves also hit his other restaurant, Pinzo Rosa Pizzeria. Lowe says the damage at that restaurant, there was damage there and an entire cash register was stolen, but he says it only contained $5. In Utah, a YouTube parenting influencer pleaded guilty today to 4 child abuse charges. Ruby Frank entered those pleas today in a St. George courtroom after reaching a plea agreement with prosecutors. Frank, a mother of 6, and her business partner, Jody Hildebrand, were arrested in August after Frank's son ran to a neighbor's house asking for food and water. The neighbor called police after noticing duct tape on the child. Police later found Frank's emaciated daughter inside Hildebrandt's home. Police say both children were malnourished. Frank is scheduled to be sentenced on February 20th. Amazon is betting on sports to take on its rivals in the streaming wars. The Wall Street Journal reports the Seattle-based online retailer is in talks to invest in regional sports programmer Diamond Sports, which carries the games of more than 40 major sports teams across the country. Diamond Sports filed for bankruptcy earlier this year and is actively negotiating with Amazon about a strategic investment and a multi-year streaming partnership. If a deal is reached here, Amazon's Prime Video platform would become the streaming home for Diamond's games. In Hawaii, families on Maui still are struggling after the devastating Lahaina fire, but local organizations are hard at work to bring holiday cheer to children. Fox's Alina Lee has more tonight from Lahaina.
Rolls and rolls of gift wrap. Thousands of toys wrapped and handed with aloha. A toy drive in Ma'alaya is keeping the holiday spirit bright for families struggling months after the Lahaina fire.
We just wanted to do something for the Keiki of Lahaina. They lost everything, the families lost everything, and yeah, we just wanted to do something for them. We could have put a smile on their faces for just for a moment.
Families that I've been able to talk to have been so appreciative, right? I mean, they've been through so much, and they've been coming here, and they have smiles on their faces, and it really means a lot to them just to have a little bit of a Christmas cheer.
About 1,300 families signed up to receive their gifts, getting their pick from thousands of donations.
The community outreach to bring toys was unbelievable. We were thinking maybe we weren't going to get enough, and we had so many people come out and make donations that we have more than enough for everybody.
For some Keiki, it's a moment of peace and joy as their families continue to rebuild from the fires.
The kids already went through so much, and they were in the middle of the fire too, so like something to take their mind off of it a bit.
Are you guys excited to be here today? Yes. What are you most excited for?
Present.
Present?
Yeah, present.
What do you think your gift is? Do you have any idea?
Lego?
And a reminder that they are not alone.
As a parent, I couldn't imagine this Christmas Day without anything for my children, and so I think this would just get some weight off of their shoulders and a little bit of hope, you know, to families that have lost everything.
I am excited to be here to get more gifts like Christmas, and I'm excited to have a bunch of gifts this Christmas to share with my brothers and sisters, and I hope everybody a wonderful Christmas this year.
According to event organizers, over 2,000 toys were donated for the event, and any that haven't been received by families will be given back to the community at a distribution center in Lahaina. Alina Lee, KTVU News, working for Hawaii.
Hundreds of toys donated were destroyed in a church fire in Southern California. This fire started early yesterday morning at the Victory Outreach Church in Pomona, east of Los Angeles. It happened just hours before a planned toy giveaway there. Authorities say the building was destroyed and the cause of the fire is being investigated tonight. But in response to that devastating fire, the community rallied behind the church. As word spread about the hundreds of toys that were lost, new donations began pouring in. About 500 toys were collected, and the toy giveaway went on as planned, which is just a wonderful way to respond to a disaster like that. Let's bring in KTVU's Roberta Gonzalez tracking wet weather across the West. Roberta?
So, Alex, are you trying to tell me that the Grinch did not steal Christmas then?
That's right. That's right. Try as hard as he could.
Certainly good news there. Hey, we're beginning to see signs of Christmas in the form of green on your screen, and we've had plentiful precipitation across the Pacific Northwest today, even a smattering of some sleet and snow in the highest elevations there. Otherwise, it's rain showers, beneficial rain showers from the very top of the state of California all the way into Los Angeles with a few raindrops today. But the bottom line is it is going to be a soggy forecast for California from Tuesday all the way through Thursday. We're talking about more rain in the forecast tomorrow. Wednesday, another area low pressure short wave begins to descend into the Bay Area with breezy conditions. By Thursday, the first day of winter, rain will taper off across Northern California, but slide into Southern California, where so far we've only seen some light rain in the Los Angeles basin backing through San Diego. So here's our West Coast forecast. By tomorrow morning, we are deep into the rain showers from that northwestern quadrant of the state of California all the way into Northern California. In fact, anything just west of the Rockies, pretty much on the wet side, and then a few bands make their way into the Los Angeles area up the Grapevine. Also, the Tehachapi Mountains, you too will see some rain showers by the end of the day. Now, the core, the center of the area low pressure, you could see it sliding. It's digging down in a southerly fashion as it does so. It's yanking the rain with it. So by Thursday morning, a meandering shower around the San Francisco area. Otherwise, you'll get the brunt of the system in the Los Angeles, through Oxnard, through Oceanside, into San Diego areas by Thursday and Thursday afternoon. Now, we're not forgetting the Pacific Northwest. Oh, no, you too will have some light precipitation. You're really on the backside of this system. Who is really bearing the brunt of this is Northern California, with up to about 2 more inches of rain in the forecast on Tuesday in the wettest locations. But meanwhile, Seattle tomorrow, an occasional rain shower, but pretty much in the early morning hours at 46 degrees. Your forecast high temperature in the San Francisco area tomorrow, pretty similar to today at 61 degrees. San Francisco picked up 1.31 inches of rain today alone. Meanwhile, bright sunshine in Denver. High temperature today, 58 degrees, a little bit cooler for your Tuesday. Right now in Denver, it is 40. It is below freezing in Salt Lake City and in Butte, Montana, 40 in Reno. This is a warm system. That's why the temperatures are still up there. In fact, San Francisco, 62 Tuesday, then a little bit cooler on the backside of this system. We will be wet in Los Angeles through Thursday, but bright sunshine in the 70s in Phoenix. Alex?
Roberta, thank you. Well, some Southern California whale watchers got a holiday surprise. A pod of killer whales was spotted off the coast of Newport Beach, just 2 miles outside of the harbor there. Experts say this is extremely rare, as typically we see orcas just once or twice a year, and usually it's during the springtime. The pod has already been spotted twice over the past few days. An incredible sight there off the coast of Southern California. Still ahead tonight on West Coast Wrap, why Washington health officials have closed several beaches to shell fishing. Also, we have an update tonight on the rare pair of Air Jordans put in a donation bin at a Portland organization that helps those experiencing homelessness. You'll find out how much they went for at auction. That's coming up. Washington state health officials have closed several beaches in Mason and Thurston counties to shell fishing until further notice. Tests found high biotoxin levels that can cause shellfish poisoning, and officials say cooking doesn't destroy those toxins. In-N-Out Burger is now giving kids 12 and under free hot chocolate on rainy days. The chain shared the new offer on social media with the message, "Rain or snow, kids get free hot cocoa." A parent must be with the child when they get their drinks. In-N-Out says there is no additional purchase required. You can just come inside the restaurant to get out of the rain and enjoy a free hot chocolate. Quite a deal there. Finally, tonight, we have an update on a story we told you about last week. A pair of custom Air Jordans donated to a Portland charity sold at auction today for $50,000, and all of the proceeds will be going to the Portland Rescue Mission, which helps those experiencing homelessness. The gold-colored Air Jordan 3 shoes were designed for film director Spike Lee and never sold to the public. They showed up in the nonprofit's donation bin earlier this year, and as it turns out, the shoe's designer is the one who left them there. What a generous act. That does it for West Coast Wrap tonight. We appreciate you watching. You can catch all of our stories that we're covering online at our website. That is westcoastwrap.com. And remember, you can stream all of our shows